shall have to be extremely careful.
What do you mean? Why?
He's so persuasive, he's so convincing. Makes you feel you should abandon your own ideas and simply follow in his wake. His followers in Vienna are all deeply unimpressive. A crowd of bohemians and degenerates, just picking up the crumbs from his table.
Well, perhaps he's reached the stage where obedience is more important to him than originality.
I tried to tackle him about his obsession with sexuality, his insistence on interpreting every symptom in sexual terms. But he's completely inflexible.
In my case, of course, he'd have been right.
Yes. As you would expect him to be in many cases, possibly even the majority of cases. But there must be more than one hinge into the universe. I dreamed about a horse being hoisted by cables to a considerable height. Suddenly a cable breaks and the horse is dashed to the ground. But it's not hurt. It leaps up and gallops away, impeded only by a heavy log which it's obliged to drag along the ground. Then a rider on a small horse appears in front of it so that it's forced to slow down, and a carriage appears in front of the small horse so that our horse is compelled to slow down even more.
I imagine the horse is yourself.
Yes.
Your ambition has been frustrated in some way.
The rider slowing me down.
Yes.
I think this may refer to my wife's first pregnancy. I had to give up an opportunity to go to America because of it.
Ah.
The carriage in front perhaps alludes to an apprehension that our two daughters and other children, perhaps still to come, will impede my progress even more.
As a father of 6, I can vouch for that. Not to mention the inevitable financial difficulties.
No. Fortunately, my wife is extremely wealthy.
Oh. Yes. That is fortunate. This log.
Yes.
I think perhaps you should entertain the possibility that it represents the penis.
Yes. In which case, what may be at issue is that a certain sexual constraint has been brought about by a fear of a succession of endless pregnancies.
I'm bound to say that if one of my patients had brought me this dream, I might have said that the number of restraining elements surrounding this unfortunate horse could perhaps point to the determined suppression of some unruly sexual desire. Hmm?
Yes. There is that as well.
I wonder if you're aware of the fact that our conversation has so far lasted 13 hours.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
My dear young colleague, please don't apologize. It's our first meeting. We had a great deal to say to one another. And unless I'm much mistaken, we always will.
If I may say so, dear Professor, you make the mistake of treating your friends like patients. This enables you to reduce them to the level of children, so that their only choice is to become obsequious nonentities or bullying enforcers of the party line. While you sit on the mountaintop, the infallible father figure, and nobody dares to pluck you by the beard and say, think about your behavior, and then decide which one of us is the neurotic. I speak as a friend.